This interview is brought to you by the Pro Fight Shop in Hollywood. Radio Rahim here with Manny, the Pac-Man, Pacquiao. It's so good to see you again, man. It seems like forever since we've done this. In this time, obviously, it's taken a bit for you to regroup and deal with what's happened. Now that you've got another fight signed and we're starting or ending the press tour, really, talk to me about the journey after the Marquez fight to now, mentally and spiritually.
I'm happy and excited for the fight, upcoming fight, and this is the last stop for our press tour. We've been flying all over the world, back and forth, and since last 2 weeks ago, and this is gonna be this is it.
You've decided to take this fight to China, you know, the Asian market. You've done so much for the American fans. You fought so many times here. Are you looking to end your career in the Asian market, continue to fight there until you're done?
Yes, this is a great opportunity, and I'm looking forward to promote boxing in Asia, to give them a chance to watch live the fight, especially promoting boxing in China. It is a great opportunity for boxing world.
You said that this fight with Rios was not chosen because he was easy. He's certainly a knockout puncher, big power. Why did you think that this was the fight for you to come back, and how do you intend to beat a heavy puncher like Brandon Rios?
It's easy to choose an easy opponent or choose a fight, but I choose a good fighter. I choose to fight a aggressive fighter like Brandon Rios, to prove that I'm still can fight, and my career is not done yet, and to get it back the trust and confidence of the fans.
Freddie Roach has said if he sees in training camp that you've lost anything, that this knockout may have hurt you mentally, or that you don't have the stamina, that he'll call the fight off. Have you had that discussion, and do you agree?
I mean, we don't have a discussion like that, you know, I can feel my body, and I'm the one who's going to tell them that, I mean, it is over.
And last question, Manny, to the fans out there who are cheering for you, can't wait to see you get back in the ring. We're hurt by the loss, but are still in your camp. Can you just talk directly to them?
To all the fans, thank you so much for all your support, and don't worry, we will rise again, and don't miss the fight on November 23rd against Brandon Rios. It's going to be a good fight and more action in the ring. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Radio Rahim with the legend, Manny. Months away from probably the biggest fight of your career. How has your training camp been different this time out?
Oh, training camp is going well, man. What can I say? Training camp's going great. It's always go great.
You've got...
Ask the fucking question that you want. Ask the motherfucking question. Yes, I got a Riza. That's what you fucking want to ask. All right, then. Don't fucking lead around the fucking bush about it. Just fucking be out straightforward with it.
So, what does a Riza bring into camp that you didn't have there before?
Well, Riza, you know, Riza is a fucking great... Riza is a fucking great trainer. You know, he knows what he's doing. He knows his workout, his exercise, his diet, and everything. He knows what he's doing. So you know what? It's a great and a pleasure, honor to fucking work with Riza. You know, I can't leave him on the sideline. It's not my fault. Pacquiao team fired his ass. So why leave him on the sideline when we can hire him and it can work out?
Now the other question that everybody wants to know, strategy-wise, no. If strategy-wise, is Riza bringing any secrets to the camp that's going to help you with the strategy, bro? We're doing an interview, bro. Come on now.
Does anything like bring secrets? No, you know what? Honestly, Riza don't really tell us about Pacquiao camp, you know, stuff like that. Fuck no, we don't do that. You know what? My secret is I go in the gym, bust my ass out, train my fucking heart out, and then I go in the fight and I prove it. I fucking come with my heart and balls, and fucking this is what I love to do, boxing. So I fucking fight, baby.
And all these people are standing around. They all love you. They're all here just watching an interview. Pacquiao versus Rios. Who's going to win? Pacquiao! Brandon, good luck. It was great talking to you, man. Radio Rahim with Bam Bam, Brandon Rios. This interview is brought to you by the Pro Fight Shop in Hollywood. Radio Rahim here with Freddie Roach. We're at the tail end of your tour for the Manny Pacquiao Brandon Rios matchup. Talk to me about how this tour has been different from the last.
Well, who gets to go to the Great Wall of China? You know, that says it all, I think. It was a great tour. Saw new parts of the world. You go to Singapore, the best city I've ever seen. they don't even allow chewing gum there. So it's been a great tour, and you know, we get a big fight coming up in China. China's a new market for boxing, and everything's going great so far.
You know, it looked like you guys were having such a good time, like you just explained, and then we saw Pacquiao and Rios together. Are they getting along? Is it a cordial relationship?
You know, there's a little tension at first between all of us. You know, just competitive edge and so forth. But by the end of the press conference, we're shaking each other's hands and saying hi to and talking to each other. And you know, the thing is, there's nothing really personal here. It's all about the fight, though. You know, the thing is, we're hungry to win the fight. He's in our way right now, and you know, they won't be friends in the fight in the ring. Believe me. I'm going to have a 6-week training. I'll be in training camp for 6 weeks with Manny. He's going to start a couple weeks before I get there. I wrote a schedule for him of what I want him to do, and see, an 8-week training camp for Manny Pacquiao is really too much because his work ethic is so high that he burns out a little bit in 8 weeks. 6 weeks is more adaptive. He'll peak right at the right moment, I feel. So, I mean, we've been together a long time, and you know, we're going. And I talked to Manny about going back to old school. I said, remember me, you and Boo Boy, we did everything, and everything was great. And you know, you did your own exercises and you stretch yourself and so forth. I says, well, what's wrong with that? He says, you know what, you're right. Let's get back to the fundamentals and the basics like we used to have. So we have no strength coach this time. No, you know, it's just me, Manny, Boo Boy, and the team getting together and doing our job.
There's been, you just said you're going back to the old school, and that makes perfect sense. There's been so much made of this division between you and Ariza now. Is it all to do with just wanting to go back to the basics? Is there anything personal there where you feel like he's a distraction from camp or not helpful?
Well, you know, we've had some good success, and he's. I thought when he was doing his job, I thought he was good at his job and so forth. But then, you know, he wants to be the cut man, and Miguel Diaz told me, Freddie, I can't do my job. This guy keeps cutting me off. I said, you know, and I would say, Alex in the corner, I said, he's the cut man. Let him up, and he refused to let the cut man up and do his job. And so I had some problems there, and then. I was working in the corner one day in the gym, and you know, I don't yell that much, and I just observe. And he's yelling at Manny to throw a combination, and I says, shit, I must have lost my job too. So it was just uncomfortable to be working with this guy because he wanted to do everyone's job, you know. And you know what? I want a camp that's just everyone gets along. And most people in camp don't get along with him because the type of person he is. So the thing is, I told Manny, I says, Manny, I want a smooth camp. I says, you know what? I says, I hired him, and I'm going to fire him, okay? And Manny says, you're the boss. So I just don't want to do any more disruptive stuff going on in camp. We don't need that. All we need is focus and concentration.
You've got 2 fights coming up this holiday season, if you will, that are somewhat similar to each other in the way that people are looking at them. First, obviously, it's Rios the Slugger versus Manny Pacquiao, the boxer puncher, and you've got Marcos Maidana, you know, a big slugger, big heart, but he's facing yet again someone who's considered a boxer, a boxer puncher. So in both these camps, I mean, respectively, how do you approach that kind of dynamic?
Both are going to be great fights. Both are going to be awesome fights. You know, now that Ariza is also working with Maidana, you know, we're just going to be better than what I even expected. I think he's going to be in great shape. We're gonna be, you know, come out and give the world a surprise. Both fights are tough. Both fights are not easy. But we're at a point where who else are we going to fight, or who can we fight, or you know, to get the big names, to get the big recognition. We got to do those fights, and that's why we have a great team now with Ariza, myself, Cecilio Flores, all my assistants that I have, cutmans, doctors, everything that we have in my team is perfect. I think it's just nonstop. You know, there's nothing that can stop us. I think both fights are going to be very hard, very difficult, but I have a very good feeling that we're going to come out with a win in both fights.
But technically, it would seem like the slugger is at a disadvantage with the boxer. Like, it seems like Pacquiao would be in the best shape to fight someone that has a style like Brandon Rios. And the same thing for, you know, Marcos Maidana facing Adrian Bronner, right? So when you have come forward all heart guys that aren't really into boxing and moving, how do you take an advantage away from a boxer?
You are right. You know, maybe 8 out of 10 times the boxer always wins, the skilled fighter always wins. But then there's always those two that upset the world. You know, similar fights, but Duran beat Leonard. Frazier beat Ali. You know, doing that. Not because they were better, but because they were just better prepared. Their mentality, their training camps was better. I think that's what we're gonna have with these guys. You know, both Brandon and Maidana are training like never before. They're gonna be in great shape. They're gonna do an awesome job, and they're gonna come out and surprise the world.
Thank you, Robert Garcia. Good luck in both fights. Radio Rahim with Robert Garcia at Garcia Boxing Academy. Got your ticket to Macao yet? You do now. Max Boxing in seconds out is sending Radio Rahim to Macao, China. And I'm taking every last one of you with me. We're going to be there for every single event. We're not going to miss a thing. Listen, tune in next week. Every single day I'm going to be putting up some new footage from Brandon Rios versus Manny Pacquiao. Put your questions, anything you want to know, you can comment on this video. I'll be checking it. And I promise you, you, me, and Macao, the action's only going to get live.